Hey everyone, welcome back to another prediction video for a Steven Universe episode. This time we are looking at the leaks for the episode I Am My Mom. I'm here with Michael as usual, and we are going to be discussing the 2-minute clip that we got, plus the pictures that came along with that. As always, we seem to get leaks for every episode. This time the whole bomb came at once because it's going to be released online at once. So yeah, we got a whole bunch of stuff. So we're doing one episode per day. And yesterday we already did Are You My Dad? Because we decided to do like the most important two first. And now we're moving. So now I Am My Mom. And then we're going to go into probably
Dugout. Dugout, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, let's talk about this. So we'll go, I believe we always go to the 2-minute clip first. And just going over what happens. So this one seems to jump right into from what happened last episode. Steven's all worried, and he goes back to the gems to tell them about the missing people. And, you know, as we have predicted, they have only, Topaz and Aquamarine have only been taking people that Steven lifted off to Peridot, I believe, in Marvel Madness.
Yes.
But they don't make that connection. That'd be pretty interesting if they made that connection. Maybe, do you think they ever will? Because
they kind of have to, because why would they be going, because they mentioned this in this clip actually. Why would they be going only after your friends in Beach City? That doesn't make any sense. There's tons of humans, so it looks like they're clearly looking to lure in Steven, because as we stated before, and a lot of people have speculated already, it's very likely that Navy had, retrieved all the rubies, and Eyeball probably exposed that Steven is Rose Quartz, so they're trying to lure who they believe to be Rose Quartz in by getting specific people that Steven knows.
Yes, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah.
And so what is interesting, actually, is that Pearl seems really surprised to hear that he encountered an Aquamarine and Topaz fusion. Well, and a Topaz fusion, as we know now that from this clip, I mean, that Topaz is a fusion and, Aquamarine just, I don't know. So I'm wondering, like, what is with them? Like, is Aquamarine really high ranking? Because Pearl seemed to have a bigger reaction to that almost. Yeah, so I'm wondering what's up with that.
Yeah, especially since, like, we know it seems like they only use fusions for very specific tasks. So it looks like Topaz, as we see in the screenshots later, has, it's very specific ability. And yeah, I guess Aquamarine's probably, one of those more higher up aristocratic type gems that she's under Blue Diamond. And Pearl mentions that they were probably both sent by Blue Diamond and Yellow Diamond personally. So it sounds like they're both a pretty big deal. For sure.
Yeah. So, wait, I don't know if you mentioned that Steven says that they're collecting these people for the human zoo, but you think it's for them to lure in Steven.
I think it's 2 birds, 1 stone type of thing.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. He hasn't heard from all the people listed. I think all of them, they were all taken, but he gets a text from Connie, and, so he knows where she is, and she's at the boardwalk. So for some reason, when they get there, they just ditch Steven pretty much. Like they just go off on themselves. I guess they trust him now, but like that was kind of a mistake probably for what happens.
Yeah, I guess maybe they thought they should split up somehow or something. Maybe?
They all went in the other direction, all 3 of them.
I don't know.
Yeah. So he looks around by himself and he finds Connie's cell phone when he calls her. And something interesting is that the ringtone. Her ringtone is the song that Connie and Steven fused to for the first time.
Alone Together.
Yep.
The song is called Alone Together.
That's okay. That makes sense. I was like, that is a song. No, it's just Alone Together. Yeah. So, and then the clip pretty much ends with, after that happening, we see Topaz. I guess she heard the noise and, she's giving a really interesting look.
Oh, God. I'm so mad it cuts there.
I know. At least we got it. We got to see her in the clip, I guess.
Yeah. Oh God, it's so scary.
Yeah, it actually is. So, any thoughts about the clip itself?
Yeah, I like how it just jumps right into it. So it looks like whatever cliffhanger we're going to be left on for Are You My Dad? Looks like we're going to go right into it afterwards. And yeah, like I mentioned this before in the previous video from yesterday. that it looks like one of the final scenes is probably going to be Steven and Connie fighting Topaz and Aquamarine in the woods, and that's where Steven probably learns about them, learns that Topaz is a fusion and all that good stuff. Probably see some of the other people that have been kidnapped, and then I think after that Steven's going to run immediately afterwards. They probably snatch up Connie, and then Steven runs so he could tell the gems, because he can't take them both alone, obviously. And then that's exactly where this episode starts. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So now we can move on to the pictures that we always get with the 2-minute clip. And the first one, it looks to be just Steven on his the cell phone. Which was that in the clip?
Yeah, that was in the class right before Topaz looks all creepily like a predator.
Yeah, pretty much. So basically more just Steven at the boardwalk at the same time of day, so same scene. He looks angry in one of them. Do you think he's yelling at Topaz?
Yeah, he's probably yelling at Topaz or Aquamarine.
Yeah. And then he looks worried in the next one, so I wonder what's going on there. Yeah,
that's man, I don't know. He might be running from them potentially, or trying to find Garnet, Amethyst, and Pearl for some backup. You can't really tell which one came first, per se.
Yeah. So next one is a very interesting one, because we get to see both of the new gems, which is awesome.
Hey.
So we get to finally see what they look like. Pretty much the whole body of them. And, obviously something very interesting about Topaz is that she literally has the humans, absorbed into her body. If that's a Topaz power, or that's just, I don't know.
Yeah, it's appropriate.
Wow. Yeah.
I guess that's what Topaz's specific power is. So that's why they Yellow Diamond had to send a specific type of fusion. I don't know how that works exactly. Like, what is her body made out of?
Well, they're all made out of light, so something different, I guess.
It's so weird.
But yeah, it's really cool, her design, that her gemstones are on each side of the ear. So it's like, I don't know, kind of like headphones or something almost. But yes, it's fusion. You can see 2 gems. And somebody mentioned, or some people have mentioned, that it looks like the cut of the gems look like the lighthouse gem from Horror Club, I believe. It was like a blue one. That was a blue one, so that could just be a coincidence, because we've seen a lot of gems. And that was a big gem. I don't know if that might have been bigger, but nobody knows if we're ever going to learn about that gem more.
Yeah. So. Yeah, it looks around the same size. I don't think it's the same gem, though. I think that it's probably safe to assume they're just 2 Topaz gems, right?
These ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like wondering, like, which 2 gems is it? But the gems look like pretty much identical from what we can tell. So they're probably just 2 topazes making a bigger topaz, just to, I guess, heighten their power, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. Remember, for Homeworld, they don't do different gem fusing. Right. That's totally taboo. So we've seen rubies, a bunch of rubies form a huge ruby. So this, obviously, I would most likely 2 topazes. That'd be weird if it wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised by both of their designs, because Topaz looks almost like a male, quote-unquote, gem. I know they're non-binary, but it looks like more of a male, masculine form. I guess it's like the buzz cut that Topaz has going on. And Aquamarine, almost like, she has no nose. Like, that's weird.
Yes, that's interesting.
Yeah, I was not expecting that at all. We kind of see like a lapis-like gemstone on her cheek mark. It's sort of like a water drop. And she does have water wings, as many had suspected.
Yeah, and it's like her design, or her outfit design, is interesting. It's like a suit almost, very formal, which might be like to her ranking again, kind of like how Sapphire also kind of has like a dress, so they're both wearing that.
Yeah, and in this screenshot in particular, like if you show me Aquamarine specifically, I would have thought that was fake. just judging by her face, it's just like so like cheap. Like, it looks like the other ones look fine. Like, this looks like a weird frame. Like, there's like no dimension to her. She's just a flat circle.
Yeah, we have seen noseless gems before. Like, Sapphire doesn't have a nose, but it just looks different because how out in the open, I guess it is.
Yeah, it's just this,
and her hair.
Yeah, it's just this frame. The other frames with her look fine.
You're right,
but it just looks kind of strange here.
So next one, we see Steven was caught by Topaz, and I think. Is that like Rose's sword sticking out? Topaz.
Because they had Connie again, as I predicted.
The fight, yes.
Yeah, so they probably absorbed her and then the sword separately, I guess, or potentially, because we see like Connie's like kind of worried with her sword, so maybe she tries to fight Topaz, but she just keeps absorbing it, and then she just absorbs everything, and that's what basically gets her kidnapped.
Yeah. So obviously we see in this screenshot that Lars is really angry at Steven, which definitely in Lars's character.
Classic Lars.
Yep. So we just see more of the Topaz absorbing ability. Then moving on, we have Aquamarine, and maybe they're in a ship.
Yeah,
probably,
that's
right?
almost definitely a ship.
Yeah.
It looks like a Blue Diamond-esque ship. Unless Aquamarine just has her own ship, because like I think Peridot mentioned you can like change the color depending on the gem and stuff like that. So it's probably just like a soldier ship, similar to what we saw in the Return, but it's just for Aquamarine.
Yeah, so we see her there. She might be the one obviously commanding the ship. Probably they're the only two that came.
So do you think this is like I don't even know how to explain it. Like, do you think this is after that little shot where we get Steven like giving a thumbs up and going? It looks like he's going to a ship, but that looks like it had yellow light. So do you think this is like after that, or like is it a different ship? Did they have two different ships, or like what do you think is going on?
That'd be weird. I feel like, I mean, that would make sense if it was this ship. I just like that would right before like he sneaks into. No, he doesn't sneak in because Topaz took him
right
there. So. When would he be doing that? I guess maybe right at the end of the episode, maybe.
Yeah, that I don't know. That's a good question. I'm not really sure because they're on the ship, so I'm assuming this is after that. But it's just weird that door had like a yellow light, and this seems to be a more like as if Topaz was manning it, but now it looks like Aquamarine is, or maybe it changes color mid. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too deep into it.
So next screenshot, we see Steven has his shield out. So somehow. Like they all escaped from Topaz, I guess, or she let them go in the ship because they couldn't leave. There's like no way they could get out, I guess, probably. So either way, somehow Steven and Connie, at least we know those two are escaped kind of from Topaz.
Yeah,
and they're fighting them. Steven has his shield out. Good to know that he can still use he can use it really well now.
Yeah, I think. Sorry, quick prediction for what happened there. I think what may have gone down is because we see Topaz has everyone absorbed, has Sadie, Lars, Damien, all that. This is almost definitely before they get on the ship, I would assume. So what I think happened is, if you remember the first promo, we see a shot of Garnet springing into action. I think what may have happened there is she probably started fighting Topaz, and they may have freed the humans, and Steven probably just agreed to go and say, you know what, I am Rose Quartz, just take me, let them go, and I'll give you what you want. And then they probably take Connie as well because she has Rose's sword, so they probably think there's some type of connection there or something like that, or maybe they're using her as some type of collateral. And Steven just says, I'll go on the ship, and he probably has some sort of plan to get out of the ship and escape, and that's why he gives that little thumbs up. Yeah,
okay, that makes so much sense. And he's like, I am my mom, so and it makes sense that he would say it, obviously,
right?
So that's a really good theory. I hope that would make so much sense if that actually happened. The reason why Connie's on there, I guess that makes sense too. I don't know. Which obviously she's pulling her own weight by literally fighting Topaz.
Right. And the sword is what is most known for Rose, as Eyeball mentioned before. So they probably think she's very important somehow, which she technically is.
Yeah. So that screenshot, we see Steven's shield on the floor, and we see Topaz's weapon, which I don't think we saw at all in the last the clips that we got, or the pictures we got from the previous episode. But it's an interesting weapon. Apparently it's called a pugil stick. I mean, we don't know if this is, people could argue about that, but from what the closest that we found was the pugil stick, which is somebody from Discord, our Discord server, Shade/Senti, told me about this because I asked I don't know what this is. I've never really seen anything like this except for toy versions of it.
Right.
So it's definitely an interesting weapon. It's cool. I wonder if the unfused versions have just half of it. It's a spear. the stabbing with that. But then, yeah, they form together and they make that bigger pupil stick.
It's a giant Q-tip for their ear gems.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that.
Oh, really?
Yes. Oh, you're not alone.
Thought I was original. No. God.
Yeah. So that leads us into the final picture that we have, which Aquamarine with smirking kind of at Steven. He's like all kind of angry or something. So wait, these might not be in order then.
No, they're not in order.
Okay.
They're never in order to my knowledge.
I forgot. It's been a while. A little bit. Yeah. So she's smirking at him and he's like angry, and then do you think that's her gem weapon?
Probably. I don't know what, or that actually could be like some type of extender similar to Peridot's fingers and limb enhancers and stuff like that. I don't know what she's doing with it. She looks like a fairy right now.
Yeah, that's a lot like it looks like a wand.
Yeah.
Fairy, she's got the wings.
Yeah, I'm curious as to what she's doing with that light.
Oh, wait, I just noticed she doesn't have her like little antenna thing in that. I don't see them.
Maybe that's what that is.
I mean, it's the same
unless
color.
That's an error.
Yeah, I just
which
know
it could be.
Huh. Yeah, so it looks like it could be light, like some like kind of light weapon. I mean, they are made of light, or maybe it destabilizes too, or something. I don't know. It's a really interesting looking weapon, I'm guessing, unless it doesn't hurt. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be an enhancement of some sort, which is why it's like on her head, assuming that's what that was. I don't see it. Actually, I don't see it on her in the other screenshot where she's with Topaz either.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, it's just her hair.
Maybe she's holding it.
Maybe. Because,
yeah. What's interesting is that like on the the first Steven Baum clip or promo that we got, her shadow looks quite different from what we actually got. Like her wings kind of look different. She doesn't look like she really has any arms. Just like kind of like little pointy stubs almost. Yeah. And then her antenna things look totally different too. So I'm wondering what is up with that. Is that like, does she shapeshift a lot? Or is that like an Aquamarine thing? Or the antennas, like, I don't know. Something, I don't know. She's really, the character design for this gem just keeps changing.
Yeah. Could be an animation error of some sort, or like because they keep changing storyboarders. Something, but I find it weird that she has the little bow antenna, whatever you want to call it, in that one picture, and where she's in the ship, and then she doesn't have it in the in Funland, and she doesn't have it where she's here with Steven. So that's definitely very interesting. Maybe there's like two pieces and it makes one thing, or you could like split it apart and it does different things. Like I don't even know. I have no idea.
Yeah.
And before there's two Aquamarines.
Ooh, plot twist. Okay, so do you have any last thoughts about this episode, the clips, or any predictions or anything?
I don't think so. I'm just really excited. Like, there's almost more questions now that we see these these screenshots in this clip. A
lot of the screenshots are pretty confusing without context, so that happens a lot.
Yeah, I just hope that things don't just reset afterwards. I hope they keep things like sort of tense, or I hope there's like some type of major change that happens after this, because I don't want to have this and then go right to Beach City episodes. Like I can't have that in my life, especially with such a major development like this, and especially if it is true that they do know that Steven is Rose Quartz, which is most likely going to be the case by the end of the bomb. I hope they don't just drop it and like, oh, let's go to the carnival with Ronaldo. Yeah. Like, I just hope it's there's some type of consequence at the end of all this. But yeah, it looks really exciting and really tense. I just cannot wait. Yeah. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. Let us know what you think about what's going to happen in this episode in the comments down below. And we'll be back tomorrow with, I believe, Dugout, our predictions for that. So we'll see you then. See ya.